Alrighty then. So, gentlemen, as you say your goodbyes and leave the freehold, let's see, we're gonna assume that you're not gonna be rolling at 9 plus whatever rates for willpower, because frankly, you're not that filled with banality, and well, you've also, we're assuming, had at least passing exposure. So, well, for a elder vampire aspects, I might be making them roll willpower at 9 plus 1 or 9 plus 2 when first trying to start remember chimerical stuff. For you, it's just going to be a straight 9. And this is in part allowed because you are running magical senses, so, you know, let's see how well you fuckers remember this encounter. So, willpower rolls at 9s.
No need for me. Haha.
Okay.
Because I have, treasure.
You should still roll.
Wow. Sad.
But to see how well you would remember if you ever lose the treasure.
So it's still 9 for me, even though I should have the most exposure to Fae in this party.
We'll make it an 8 for you.
Permanent, right?
I hope you botch.
Yeah, you always roll permanent.
Alright. 2 successes.
Okay. Well, you know how it's like after a long day of work, where it's hard to remember the exact details of what you did in the morning? The entire encounter is kind of like that. You remember the gist of it, you remember vaguely what happened, but the specific details or the specific order of each thing that happened is a bit harder. And for you, Allied, and you, Jackalord, well, for you, you remember a mildly awkward and, in the end, pleasant encounter. And that's like the feeling you come away with. You, Allied, you can't remember shit, and you're almost in a panic because you feel like you've just barely escaped some horrible trap.
I start freaking the fuck out of my car. I just start freaking out in the backseat, like trying to get the fuck out of the car.
No, what?
While we're driving, I just start freaking out.
I'm probably sitting next to you. I'm like, what happened? What are you doing? Why?
Where? Who? What? What? Who?
Calm down.
Hey, I gotta get out of here.
We're in the car, man. We're in the car.
Where am I? Where? What car?
You remember the car, but you don't remember anything past walking in through the gates, essentially. That's when it gets fuzzy.
Oh.
So you remember thinking, yeah, you remember, like, oh, right, fucking Fae, those scary fuckers. And then you are in the car, pulling away from the gate, and you feel like you've just barely escaped.
Crap, is Crap...
Yeah,
did Crab at any point before we went in there say anything about him being the lover of Cassandra?
That inside there, yeah.
No, outside of the house, like when we were coming to the country or anything.
He said when he was talking to the door. You remember that part?
Yeah.
I just grab Kraft and I the Kraft there to go, what did they do to me?
Nothing. We haven't.
I shake. What did they do to me?
You shut it already.
How about you drink this and calm down? I gave him the drink the Bogan gave me.
What did he say he did?
He gives you a beer, a nice cold one.
How about you calm down and drink some of this, okay?
I look at him and I look.
You
First you talk to the door, then
and we met. No, look, we were in there. We met the Duchess, and then we met my lover, and then we went out. Okay, nothing happened in there.
Why don't I remember any of that?
Because that's what. It's probably something.
I can't trust you.
You're too boring.
I can't trust anything.
Roll intelligence academics for me, Allied.
Wow.
For what difficulty?
7. let's say. Yeah, there's countless stories of people going asleep near fairy rings and coming back 100 years later without any memory of what happened to them.
That just makes me freak out even worse. I'm like trying to get out of the movie vehicle now.
Jackalor, make
can't
a
feel
wits
it.
drive check.
Right now, I will.
Make a wits drive check, they're already making a ruckus for long enough.
Wits drive. It's a good thing I have 4 dots of wits.
Let's call it a 7, because the probability thing isn't on anymore anyway. It's a different scene. You know, you're able to bring it to a stop safely, but you probably shouldn't continue driving until he calms a little.
I'm like trying to like book it. I'm like trying to book it out of the Jeep. Like, you can't get.
Can you please stop doing that and just sit down?
He's
and
already
calm down?
outside, heading towards the jungle.
Yeah, no,
I will
fuck?
shoot you right now if you don't fucking stop.
I mean, he should understand that it's the fucking jungle we're in. He shouldn't be running away from the car. He should.
I don't look. I can't trust you. I can't trust the Fae. I'll walk
Why can't you trust me? What did I do?
because I don't remember anything, and you said you're connected to them.
Just stop and
Oh my
calm
God.
down for a bit. You're in shock. Everything will be fine.
No, I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
if
neither
I
do
don't
I,
like
it
not
doesn't
remembering anything,
matter.
Draco, can I explain this to him?
Okay, roll charisma expression at 8. He's in a panic.
I want to
Oh my
shoot him so
God.
bad because he's being an idiot.
Yep.
You do know that this is a very normal thing that changelings, at least in the myths, do a lot, or Fae do a lot to mortals. You don't know what year it is. You can't be sure if you can trust the stories. It might have been a day, it might have been 10 years that you were in there. They might have done anything
Look,
to you.
academics is biting me in the
Pull out your
ass.
damn phone, man, if you're concerned about the time we've been
I
in
want
there.
to shoot allied so badly right now. Yeah.
I'm waiting to see Crash roll.
Charisma
You know, at this
expression.
point,
Can I do empathy or like something else?
sure, do
Expression?
empathy. At this point, also, like remembering a very old dream, you remember one of the changelings offering you the very same kind of beer that your party tried to pawn on you, and you refusing.
It was craft, not the party.
Okay, craft offering, and you refusing because you can't remember why, but you knew at the time it was a bad idea to take it.
Look,
I
look,
want to
man, I
shoot
can
him
drink
so
it.
badly.
Oh my god, I hate this.
I've never ever wanted to shoot someone even
I'll
more
spend
than
a
right
fucking
now.
willpower to calm down the fuck. This is panicking.
Come on, roll it.
Why couldn't I roll charisma expression for this?
Because you never said it.
So this is contested. This is contested, right?
And no, he's making a lot of sense, honestly,
Okay.
because
Look,
details are gradually drifting back,
You
very
know
disjointed,
what was
very
right?
dreamlike, and you can't be sure of anything. There might have been a dragon or a fireplace that kind of looked like a big. No, that was probably. There were chairs. There were definitely chairs. At least one. Because
Okay.
someone was sitting in it, and you were paying a lot of attention to him, her, probably. Essentially, that's your level of memory.
All right,
okay, let
I
me.
was just like,
We're not affected by
I'm just
delirium,
slowly-
right? Mages aren't affected by that.
By what?
Delirium from werewolves.
You aren't unless they have Shadows of Impergium, at which point I'm gonna need a willpower roll from you, because that just
Yeah,
hypercharges
but that's
it.
because the special fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's special stuff. So why are we affected by the mists so badly?
Because it's about banality.
It's about
Vampires
the
are
special-
affected by this as well. It hides them
Okay.
from... Yeah, this is a different thing.
Alright. Like, so... but I want to
Delirium,
drop-
essentially, think of it this way. Delirium hits the animal, weak human part of you. And normal humans don't have anything to shore up that part. They're not anything more than human. You are. So your avatar kind of protects you from the worst of it and puts enough backbone in you to stand against it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and get back into the car away from Kraft though. Like, can I
You
actually
can sit next to Nathan if you want to, man.
Yeah, you can sit next to me. I remember some things.
I remember
I want
everything
a
we
person
did
to
in
play
there. Just so you
Frederick,
know.
as you look down, you notice the towel that wasn't there when you were going to the freehold and the beer's poking out and oh no, gifts from Fae are bad juju.
Who took that?
I
I
was
want
looking
to
smack
stab
you,
you.
Allied. I'm so close. I
Who took that?
Check that.
Just
if
throw
I
them
remember
out or
correctly.
whatever you want. Just
If you're
get that in
concerning
the
you so
car.
much, throw it out, man. I don't care.
I'm not touching it. No. Frederick's just gonna curl up. Frederick's just gonna curl up into a fucking ball in the back.
Then we can continue on driving. Holy fucking shit.
I'm sorry, Jack Laura, that there's some RPing going on here.
I'm just really tired right now.
You and Jackal are so alike.
Not my fucking problem. I enjoyed that. That was fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hope I don't increase in banality from that, but that was fun.
No, if anything, that would knock you out of your rut because you've had an adventure, if a dark one.
Oh no! No! Wow, the ideas, they flow so much freer now.
Alright, well, eventually, as you travel, the region gets shittier and shittier, and you see the occasional suspicious glance, and as you get closer to the fort, the occasional firearm.
Why is the fort so fucking armed or something?
Until finally, let's wait for Pengu to reconnect. Okay, until finally, you arrive at the tiny village. It's essentially like you're traveling through the jungle and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of a village, which is all of like 3 dirt roads and just farmers who all eye you suspiciously because this car is way too rich. And you get the idea.
Yeah.
You're
God.
suspicious as fuck, but there it is. The glorious walls of the fort. Waiting
Yay, we're
for
home.
you.
Yay.
Mud red walls. Couple of stories high. Just happily waiting for
Go in and start patching the place up, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad.
Well, man, some paint, some guns.
Okay,
Maybe a
you
super-
get out near the front door. You run into your
Oh,
first
hold on.
problem.
Oh, what?
Do go on. If you're doing something specific as you're getting out.
No, I just wanted to remind people of the notes that we got before about this place.
Yeah,
In case I had forgotten. Can I post those?
certainly.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to activate prime sensors again.
Okay.
Yeah,
In what way? Once again, based on sight?
Yeah,
Can we
I'm
all-
with
can we-
side.
You can tie it to whatever you want. You could try and smell the presence of power and cosmic energies. You could try and feel the vibrations of power from deep within there through your boots. It's up to you. Pick a sense or a set of senses and hook it up however you want. You just might get distracted if you are, hearing or seeing or picking up too much spirit stuff at once, but go nuts. Or prime
Can I
stuff
have
or
an-
whatever stuff.
Can I have an eye each?
An eye
Like one
each.
for prime and one for spirit? Yes, like one eye prime and one eye spirit.
You can cast
I'm not
two,
saying
but according to the book and the way I'm gonna rule it, because it makes sense unless you do something fancier to help you coordinate all those sets of senses that are coming in. For each sensing power above the first, the difficulty of actual perception rolls is gonna increase by +1 due to confusion and too much overload.
Ooh.
But
Shit.
yeah, you can certainly activate more than one at once. So, who's activating what, if anything?
I'm activating
If I
Prime.
can
I
do
rolled.
anything.
Prime
I'll
eyes.
I'll turn spirit on because nobody else here right now has that.
Okay, Tengu?
Prime eyes.
Alrighty. I'm gonna assume you're doing much the same stuff you did previously, unless you wish
Yep.
to use different focuses. So, go ahead and make your rolls.
Can I also do my ears, like my eyes and my ears?
Sure.
Oof.
Doesn't he have to roll twice?
Yeah, I think so. Unless you're trying to.
Is that raise the difficulty because I'm doing spirits at the same school? I just wouldn't be able to understand any spirits that are out there.
No. You need to roll once for Prime and once for Spirit.
Oh no, I'm just doing flat spirit. I'm just doing flat spirit, like eyes and
Ah.
ears, so I can hear them.
Okay, no, then you're fine.
Okay.
And generally, you could auto succeed on this because I think all of you have 4 arete, but I'm essentially treating this for magnitude, as in just how deeply your senses penetrate, for clarity's sake.
Neat.
Okay.
So who didn't roll yet?
I didn't roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I should. Whoops, wrong difficulty.
Okay, the villagers didn't notice that you're a witch yet.
Oh, just about that. I'm back. What's going on?
Oh, I was just rolling to see if someone was watching Jackalor wave a wand around.
Why are you?
Okay, so let's start with you, Allied. The moment the spell takes effect, you hear the howling of wind, and you just see the wall of air in the spirit world surrounding the perimeter of the fort.
Is that supposed to be there?
You don't know, but looks like an elemental.
Okay. Can I? So I can.
You can cast a spell to try and communicate with it if you wish. That would just
What would
be a spirit 2 or 3, I think. I'm gonna
You mean
check.
things I don't have?
Then yeah, you wouldn't be able to if you don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check. I think you
Pen.
need 2 for. Yeah, you need 2 to speak to spirit entities.
Man, I sure fucking wish I was here. Can I do like a geometrical ritual or something like that to like bypass that need?
Not really, no, because you don't have the sphere at all. The rest of you, you all rolled like 4s on that. Nexi rolled a 3. Right. Okay, generally speaking, standing right next to it, you can all feel that there is some kind of a node here, and there's still some life to it. But it's faint. Not necessarily even suppressed per se, but like whatever power is there is not just contained, but being every drop of it is being used more or less for something.
Fucking earthbound.
Huh. That's most interesting.
You know, Allied, sure, if you want to abandon whatever it is that you wanted to get forces to. If you want to abandon that idea and just
I
put
don't
it
really,
in...
I don't really have much of a choice. Like, I don't want us to fight I don't know how these react to people just crossing the threshold and stuff.
You don't know.
That you see the issue, and Penn's not here. Like, and I'm the only one who could bother doing it.
It's
'Cause
up to
just
you.
need two.
I will allow it because Pen not being here was not the plan, so you can up spirit to 2 with XP you had left over. If you want. It's up to you. Like I said, this is doable without spirit at all, in theory, as long as you have at least prime so you can sense the state of the node. So
Yeah, but like the spirits, if I get spirit 2, I can have a normal conversation with the spirit, right?
yes, and you can even attack it from the normal world.
Yeah, whereas it can just kind of attack us even if we don't have spirit. So
It depends on whether it can manifest or not. Not all spirits can in the physical world.
I fucking hate Penn. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna have to get spirit 2. Rip that XP.
I need to look something up. I think I can punch spirits.
Oh, I'm roll my I roll
Not
that.
if it's not on the same level of reality, which this one isn't. It's not fully manifested. It's essentially in the borderlands of the spirit world, just sort of hovering in this physical location without manifesting.
But there's probably a fucking.
Can I do a sense fate stuff with my entropy? That's level 1 entropy.
Okay, sense fate for what? The fort?
Yeah, the fort.
Okay.
Just doing it, the same way I do with the C sense prime. But like, okay, I maybe do some slightly different acupoints.
All right.
Acupuncture points.
Sure. Entropy. Fuck, where is entropy? Must be scrolling past it.
Are you looking in the main book, or how do you do?
In the main book.
514. Yeah, 514.
Sense fate, flaws, and fortune. Okay, what specifically are you trying to pick out about the fort's fate? Is there anything specific you're trying to look, or just hints as to the future?
Like, is this an ominous place, or like auspicious place and stuff like that?
Oh.
Yeah. Like, what's the karma of the place, maybe?
Okay, go ahead and roll for it. Also, for those of you who have, I should probably give it to you now. You definitely all have enough prime successes to tell the resonances of this node, and that is wrong. Those are both at 3. So the node has high resonances of those quote-unquote flavors.
Hmm.
And that was 1 success, right, Pango?
Yeah.
It's at the moment kind of neither, with a lot of potential for both. as far as auspicious inauspicious goes. And how do you get in contact with the spirit that you are detecting allied?
Well, I mean, my avatar's a raging fucking elemental, pretty much, right?
Sure, but how do you use your focuses and your beliefs to get in contact with
Oh,
this?
oh, that's what you meant. Fuck. All right, hold on. Well, I feel like I'm gonna have to fucking talk to it. Would I be able to have its true, like a basic true name for these types of elementals?
You know the name for air or air spirit in Babylonian. That's pretty fucking guaranteed, so you can use that.
I'm gonna invoke that and use that because that's one of my
So
things.
essentially Babylonian and what you think of it as its true name. Or the true name for this type of creature.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Make me a roll. This
Peter?
is Arate, yes, difficulty is 5 because this is coincidental. You just look like a crazy person talking to thin air.
Did I make it seem like I'm talking to the others, but I'm actually talking to that?
Sure, you can try. Maybe the spirit won't take offense.
Okay, fuck it. I'll talk to the spirit. I fucking hate that I had to level this up. I'm gonna spend a willpower on this because we get one back anyway if we sleep. If we are well rested, right?
Yes, except that would have been extremely easy, essentially free in the freehold, but here...
Don't you try to Jew me out of this. I have survival 3. I'm used to this. I'm an archaeologist.
You know how to survive here. Well, you have enough stuff to set up. As long as you take some time to set up your tents properly, yes, you're gonna be okay.
Okay, you said, okay, so I have 4 dice at difficulty 5.
Yes.
Willpower on that, so it's 3 successes.
Okay. It ignores you for a second and then you see a face appear in the wall of the wind, and the wall seems to lessen somewhat as it sort of coalesces next to you, and it just says, "The way is shut. Go away."
Why is the way shut?
It is forbidden.
Who has forbid it?
Okay. Shit, I think it would just respond here because... How would it refer to it?
We can purify the node, right, guys?
It's gonna say, the shifting allies of my kind.
What's that?
That you should know that you have werewolf lore. Come on now.
Yeah. Essentially, it's a shifter of some kind that's been here and set the spirits to guard this place.
A were creature. That's it. And werewolves are also known, but
I
always
would ask if it has to do with the. I'd ask if it has to do with the node inside.
Its expression, which was, while not hostile, mildly leaning towards friendly, because you know, humans that actually bother talking to it are so fucking rare.
Yeah.
Mostly they just go in past it, or try to.
Yeah. Just got pissed off at me.
The half smile sort of just melts from his face. That is forbidden.
You should ask what kind of weird creature.
May we attempt to purify it?
I cannot give you permission.
Who then can? Or I'm gonna shut up. Sorry.
No. I was more psychic in character. Like, you'd say, like, I cannot give you permission. Like, how would we get permission?
He just sort of shrugs.
What a cunt.
I do
Every
not
time.
know.
Why are all guardian spirits like this? Fucking the door, the spirit, every time. Tell you, every time.
My job is to guard the passage through the spirit world. I cannot let anyone through.
my friend, I'm gonna be honest with you here. My compatriots here, they're probably not gonna care about you giving us permission or not. That's why I'm asking: is there a way to help you get in contact or get permission from you to go through and at least attempt it?
I am sorry too, friend. If any of you step foot inside this place in the spirit world, I will rip you apart.
Is it wrong if I don't want to share that information with anybody, Draco?
It's up to you.
There's only one other spirit person here, and I was like, can you describe the what was it, the shadow stepper, the what did they call the werewolf?
The shifting ally of our kind.
Okay. Do you have any knowledge or leads onto the shadow shifting ally?
The shifting ally of your kind.
The shifting ally of your kind. Thank you. That's a mouthful. So I can try to find them.
Let's see. Werewolves. What tribe would that be? That would be a Bonar. A Bonar Tirge. Actually, no. Back then, it was probably something else. Well, let's roll this differently than 1d3. He came
You
to
said
us.
it so Oh, what is it?
He came to us some 120 years ago. He set us on this place. He was rid of skin, unlike you, and he said he was part of a mighty warband that had cleansed this place, and that it needed to be guarded, lest the evils inside ever walk the earth again.
There's totally a fucking earthbound here.
What evils are inside of this side of this?
I do not know. I just know that my duty to the mother is to guard this place.
I can't even be upset with this guy. He's just doing his fucking job. Shit. Do I know what clan that is? Like,
probably one of the pure tribe werewolves, if it is a werewolf. That, or one of the local Bastet. Or some other local shifter. It sounds like it was a native-looking person in human form, so... You know. And 120 years ago, so, you know.
They're not around anymore.
Probably not.
It's 2001, so 120 years back. That's 1880.
More or less.
This deep into the jungle, also.
I asked him if this spirit could give me a moment to translate this to my friends.
Certainly. As long as you do not step into the spirit world and try to pass within.
I'm not stupid enough to do that.
That is wise.
And then I turn towards them and I relay the information to everybody, softly and quietly.
The fort was almost certainly there when the spirit wards went up.
Okay. Huh.
But so anyway, guys, so the guardian spirit here.
So a weird creature came here and killed anybody inside, and then performs up.
The spirit mentioned that the weird creature that put it here said that it was part of a mighty warband that had cleansed this place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Probably killed other Portuguese in here. Huh. When did this place become abandoned now again? I am getting concerned. Since it was a red-looking person, native.
Well,
And
that
the
was a long
natives
time
were,
ago.
yeah, and they were probably at war with the
So-
Portuguese at that time.
What do you guys think we should do?
I mean, it said don't pass through the spirit world, right?
Yes, he said don't go into the spirit realm within the area, but he's gonna be upset. It's gonna be upset either way if you cross the threshold.
Uh-huh.
Can it stop people from crossing the threshold, by the way, Draco?
You, in all honesty, don't know. Some spirits can manifest, but it's not exactly a basic bitch ability. Then again, this was put here specifically to guard this place, so who knows?
I doubt it's gonna try and manifest kill us all. It's gonna be fine. It'll probably set off some alarms.
Why do I feel like as Chandler say that his character's just walking through the fucking barrier? It'll
No,
be
fuck.
fine.
He has you have Jackal. You have werewolf contacts, right?
Yes, I have werewolf contact.
The
you
way
also
the
know stuff about
barrier is
werewolves.
set up,
no.
it's roughly circular. So some parts that are inside the barrier would be parts that the kids from town could just wander into. So it probably doesn't kill anyone on the physical plane that just passes through the wall.
Yeah, it also only warned you about the spirit plane.
Difficulties, 3 successes.
Okay.
Why did you only throw a few dice of willpower? Oh, perception of darkness.
Yeah.
So, you notice now that on the spirit plane, there's a couple of small bird spirits also watching your party now. Caw-caw!
Bird spirits. Oh, no.
Are those werewolves?
No, not as
No.
far as you know, and there's no common lore on werewolves turning into bird spirits per se.
No. I meant like, do they employ bird spirits?
They could, they certainly employ nature spirits galore, and animal spirits are nature spirits.
I mean, you can just ask the birds.
Lol. They probably aren't very smart, to be
To be
honest.
fair, they've already spotted me talking to the wind wall.
Yeah. Penguin window, god damn it.
What? That the bird spirits aren't very smart?
I would know because I'm a penguin, a bird allied.
Oh.
Son,
Should I? Do you guys legitimately want me to go talk to one of the birds?
Do talk to the birds.
You will need to recast your communication because you targeted the previous one specifically on wind spirits.
you did.
Alright. I love how the virtual adapt has become the spirit talker.
But that's because I was
Listen,
searching
they
for
are all entity points within the grand matrix, okay? The others don't understand that. There's no difference
I
between
know.
talking to one of them and a human, in essence.
Yeah, no, we're all programs. I guess I'll go back to the wall real quick and I go. My party is. They're still debating. I can't guarantee anything. I apologize in advance if they do enter anyway.
And so do I,
Oh wow.
if they do try.
Thank you. I there's only like one spirit walker and fuck them. If you excuse me, I need to go talk to some. I look over at like the birds that are like there. Thank you again for your time. I'll be back to talk to you at some point.
The bird just
What the
cocks
fucking bird
its...
said?
The bird just cocks its head to one side and just goes, caw?
Yeah, I told you.
You need to
So-
cast a spell to communicate with it.
I know. So what is this? Fucking 5 or 4?
5. And you need to describe how you go about it. The true name
Same way.
for weird blue bird thing.
Lol.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bird creatures, probably.
I say some like I say the fucking like scientific name for like bluebirds or something. I just accidentally closed out a fucking roll 20. Give me a moment. Whoops, that's the wrong button. I got 2 successes on it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
Hey
the
there.
bird, you catch the second phrase. The bird addresses at you. No, really. What are you doing?
please repeat the first part. I missed it.
You catch the second phrase. The bird directs
No,
at
no,
you.
no, no, I meant the bird. I meant the bird. Like, can you like
Ah,
can you restate what you were saying, Mr. Bird?
it just sort of leans forward a bit, leans back, shakes its head to from side to side.
I lean forward slightly. You heard me, Mr. Bird. What you say?
What you doing here?
Who wants to know?
I do.
And who are you?
The Watcher.
Who employs you?
Other Watchers.
Well played, Mr. Bird. All right, then. Because you were nice enough. Because you were nice enough, I'll tell you. I'll give you some information. Well, that's a fucking pelican. Well, we got some information about this place. Want to check it out ourselves?
Oh?
Yeah. It's a human thing,
Human
you
thing.
know.
Tourist.
Yeah. Give or take. Kind of want to. Kind of needed a new home. So
Not
see what we
tourist.
could get.
Immigrant.
No, not tourist. Yes, the worst type of tourist.
Immigrants
I
not
just like
welcome
this
here.
What'd you say, Draco?
Immigrants not welcome here. The bird seems to be getting more upset. Ruffling its feathers at you.
You work with our cool pal over there.
He's boring.
Like the
It's
guy-
hard to fly when he's around.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough on that.
Find home elsewhere.
It's a bit hard to do. You you say you're a watcher, correct, Mister?
Yes, I watch.
You have a fuck. What are they called? The lichens. What are the shifter allies?
Guru.
Shapeshifter.
Guru.
Or the one that's
Guru?
called Garo. Yeah, werewolves
you,
are called Garo.
You have a do you have a Guru friend or anything like that you report to? Or just anything like that? Like who watches the Watchers?
Roll perception, empathy, and I need to look up what birds and spirits in general roll for mental things. I think it was what gnosis.
What am I rolling? Charisma, empathy?
No, perception, empathy.
It's either gnosis
Probably
or
lying to
willpower.
you.
I have no empathy.
It doesn't matter. Then you roll charisma, perception only.
No, perception, empathy.
Yeah, well, then you only roll perception. Empathy is a talent, so you don't
Yeah.
take any penalties.
What's the difficulty?
6. This is well, actually, no, it's not a contested roll, so we'll make it an 8 because you're trying to read an animal spirit's body language in great detail.
Do you have animal, Ken? Or maybe you can substitute it with survival.
Could I do survival?
For an ordinary animal survival, you would be rolling at lower difficulty and in general would have an easier time, but
Actually, could I do a stoics for this? Because it's a spirit, right? Spirit animal?
Yeah, it's a spirit.
sorry, you
Esoteric.
use what? Esoterics?
Esoterica.
No,
Yeah.
that's essentially New Agey stuff for Key of Solomon, how to draw it properly, that kind of stuff.
Son of a bitch.
Do you
I-
have Animal Kin?
No, I don't have Animal Kin. That's also not a skill on this fucking sheet.
It's not? What?
Yeah, you have.
No!
We have a second. There's a secondary skill in Mage. It's called Animal Kinship instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I will let you use Survival at 9 instead, because some of the mannerisms are similar to actual animals.
You said perception?
Yeah, it's perception based.
Fuck it, I'll just spend a willpower and take it at, what was it, at 8 the other
Yeah.
way? Fine, I'll take it at 9 and spend a willpower. It's fucking 5 dice. I'm gonna fucking gut pen when they come back.
Well,
Oh, good fucking
that's
the
still a
willpower.
success. It's hard to tell, but it seems, from all the signs you're picking up, that the bird is getting angry at you.
Mr. Bird, why are you getting angry at me?
Spy, leave! Leave! Not welcome here!
Who the fuck are we spy? For who?
Lies. It takes wing. You know, Allied, if you wanted to draw, say, a rifle, or run to the car, grab a rifle, and make a magic-infused attack to hit the spirit with a bullet mid-flight, few would blame you.
Wow. Kill the spirit.
I mean, the other birds would see me do that, right?
You only see one other bird at the moment sitting on the battlements. You might be able to kill both before the others notice.
Good God.
That's the thing. Either I prove I'm a spy, supposedly, and kill this thing to act like I'm hiding, or I just goes and tells people, which leads credence to us not being a spy, but just incompetent mages. Can I? Fucking hell. Can I? God, I don't know what to do here. I really
Do
don't.
you have Mind Allied?
No, I don't. I have Matter,
Okay.
Prime, and now fucking Spirit too. Oh, here's the question, Draco. Can I do Entropy and have it just die or something? Like somebody else shoots the bird for dinner.
I mean, look, I know of a punch that is, I punch with entropy and I punch a spirit creature, and then it starts disintegrating.
Can I do that, though, Draco?
You can do stuff like that, but
Affect probability? Somebody's hungry, so they're gonna hunt the bird that just
that's the
took
thing.
flight?
It's not a physical bird. It's a bird that exists only in the spirit realm.
Oh.
a hungry spirit. Lol.
I mean, you can
Concentrated.
combine one of your other spheres to attack it with magic, probably.
Can I use Entropy that it gets killed by the fucking Guardian Spirit? Just flies into the storm and gets killed. It's Mage, we're supposed to be able to do bullshit, so I mean,
Okay. You have, I'm gonna say, time for 2 rolls before it's out of sight. You can try and make it just randomly lose control of its flight. Try and increase the difficulty for flying and just try and have that lead to it smacking into the fortress wall and horribly dying.
Then you did nothing wrong.
I fucking...
So describe
What's
to
the
me how you're
rules?
gonna go about doing that, and this would be fast casting. Because
Which makes it harder, correct?
yes, it would raise it by +1, and I need to figure out what level of entropy this would be, whether it be 2 or 3.
I guess I would do some formula and math real fucking quick and some numbers real quick to translate it all.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the path it's going, the path it would need to take, how to alter that trajectory with like
Control
entropy and whatever else.
probability. So the way this is gonna work
I feel so
is
bad for this.
essentially what you're hoping for is that it will botch a flying check.
Yes.
So what you're gonna be doing is essentially increasing its difficulty to fly.
I feel bad for doing this, but yeah.
So its control probability is 2, and it's also 2 to affect spirits. So for fuck's sake. So give me 2 rolls at 6 to fast cast essentially an extended thing to, pull together a proper spell.
5 successes.
So assuming that it's like difficulty 4 for it to fly normally, maybe 5 with the annoyance of the thing. I think it was willpower for this, so we're gonna be generous and say that you just raised its difficulty to fly to 9 plus 1.
Okay.
And it happily botches. It smacks into a tower because it was looking back at you.
God damn it. Poor bird.
No,
Fucking bird.
you just see my guy like really confused, like spy what? And in his head, it's just like do 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 do. Oh, math equation.
You do need to involve a second focus with this. So how do you send the equation out other than just calculating shit?
Could I not do numbers and numerology? Could I say stop, please? And that's when the bird like just
No.
does like I didn't mean to do it. It's just I said stop, and the bird just suddenly like I was worried about it.
Not really.
out.
Let's see, what do you have here that's useful? You know what? It makes sense for you, since you're running calculations, to pull out your PDA and try and translate that into probability. And just fuck it over that way.
Yeah, no, I just fucking that's just what I'm gonna do then.
Man, I'm sad I can't see this in character.
Okay. The bird is still on the... You know what? Let's see. Tower, full speed, and then falling to the ground. Let's see. The bird is struggling feebly on the ground. It appears stunned. You did not kill it with this, since it soaked perfectly, but you can approach it without it having any chance to get away at this point.
I'm gonna approach it, and I'm gonna gently grasp it.
I'm staying by the car.
Yeah, you would need to cast another spell to be able to cast touch a spirit thing.
What really?
It's a separate effect. You are trying to interact with something on a different plane.
Oh my Jesus fucking Christ! Where is Pen when you fucking need him? Also, I thought it was it's touch spirit. Do I really have to? Speak to or touch them. Okay. Wow.
It
Mage,
essentially does whatever you describe it does when you cast it.
What's the difficulty to touch it?
Actually, based on that luck roll I made for you, Allied, you glance over in the other direction. The other bird is out of sight right now, probably watching the rest of your companions. You could just reach down and, snap its neck with another spell, just like, unhappy accident. Broke its neck when it's acted.
Mr. Windwall can see that though.
No, the one that's on the wall isn't in direct line of sight. You're right under the...
I mean the guardian spirit.
Yeah, he might, but the face isn't manifested and actively watching as far as you can tell. Now, the
I-
important thing is I need to check. Because there was a strike for attacking spirits. But
I mean,
I don't remember if it cost quintessence to do a spirit strike.
considering that you told the Guardian Spirit that we might be up to trouble, but not you, he's
Oh
probably...
yeah, no, it would be watching them because I was polite and stuff to it.
Let me just check, because I rolled their suspicion beforehand. Oh, right, low distrust. Yeah, no, it believed you.
Lol.
You don't know that, though. In character, I mean.
I know. I'm just like, I mean, I could kill the bird right now, but we still have to get rid of the other bird.
And any other birds in the area.
And then if
Yeah,
too many birds start dying, that's also gonna be suspicious as fuck.
yeah. No, I'm shit. Can I act like I want to help the bird now because I don't know what happened to it?
That's gonna be a lot of manipulation.
Can I become it's a spirit bird? That's the best part. Because it doesn't know what the fuck happened to it, does it?
You don't know if they have any magic senses. It might. But it seems like it's a basic bitch spirit of some kind, so good chance it doesn't.
So I'm gonna try to convince it and help it. This is not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do spirit shit, guys.
Come
Yeah,
on, it's
no.
all programs. Convince the other program that you're friendly and that you did not try
Yeah,
to
no.
manipulate the program.
Can I gently like pay it up and like? So that's an aether roll, right? In a
Okay,
row?
the way this works for if you were to attack, a spirit tool lets a mortal touch ghosts and other spirit entities long enough to strike a single blow. So you would be rolling that as part of an attack if you wanted to, fuck it up. Alternatively, you can try and like pat it on the cheek, see if it's okay.
I want to see if it's okay.
Still have to
Okay.
roll spirit to touch it.
Yeah.
So roll aether to touch the spirit again.
Yes, at 5.
Difficulty 5. 2 successes. I touch the spirit. Excuse me, Mr. Bird. Are you okay? I trying to gently help
It
him up. So he
says
stops.
an uncomplimentary thing.
I still understand it, don't I?
Yeah, you understood it. It just said fucking windwall bullshit cunt. Watch where you fucking drive!
What? I'm like, I gently pin him, like, where, like, can you still fly? Like, should I take you somewhere else so you can fly better now? Like,
Just looks at you with one eye. Go. Not meant to be here.
Mr. Bird, you have given me no information as to why I'm not supposed to be here.
Not my job to tell you anything. My job's to watch. Leave.
Mr. Bird, you just got fucked up by a wind wall. Are you even okay?
It does look a bit dazed to you. I'm fine. It's that fucking
Are
wind
you-
wall. It looks
yeah, no,
embarrassed at this point.
Look. How about I get you away from here and nobody saw anything? All right, you chill with that?
No, I can't leave.
No. No. I mean, so you can fly like away from the wind wall. Like the others don't need to see that you hit the wind wall or anything, or got knocked down. Bird, help. That's gotta be pretty
Roll
upsetting.
manipulation empathy, you piece of manipulative shit.
I'm spending another fucking willpower. I'm down to 1 willpower, but I want this to happen. What's difficulty for the bird? Because it's dazed and everything. It needs a friend, you know.
5.
Two successes.
Well, okay, but just to the trees then.
All right, no, that's cool. I got you. You know, take him out of the trees gently. Put
So
him
there's
somewhere,
at
like,
this
safe.
point 2 kids just watching you open mouth. Allied.
I'm no. It's more. Yeah, no. It's
You look
like
like a crazy man.
yeah, no. I'm just the crazy guy. Okay,
Who's
I'm out of
watching the
fucking-
car?
I am. I said I'm staying with the car and watching
Okay,
it. I
good.
assume the others are also there. We're not
There's a
gonna-
couple
Yeah,
of
no, the other-
teenagers watching you and the car with greedy, hungry eyes. You're glaring back at them. Give me a strength intimidation roll.
Sure.
Drago, can I put out? I've done all this without invoking Mad Brilliance anymore.
What difficulty 6?
Yeah.
Fuck you, teenagers. Back off.
I want to know if they intimidate you, Crafts. That's what I want to know.
They just watch for now.
You know, if I flash my gun, will it increase?
You
Like, no.
no, because they'll flash their guns, Craft.
Oh, fuck.
It's
right.
still.
Shit. Alright, I'll keep the gun hidden for now.
Okay, you take
Never
the bird to the trees. On the way there, you notice, and you know, in the trees, there's at least 2 other birds around here.
No, I'm a good kid. I follow through with what I said I was going to do.
Okay.
Help the bird out.
You're a nice human.
Yeah, no, seriously. I'm somehow I hate this so much, Draco, but I have to. I have to somehow bullshit the spirits into thinking we're good people. Because our spirit person isn't here!
I mean, at this point,
You know,
Ben
I
would have tried to start a family or genocided the birds wholesale. One or the other.
God bless. God bless.
Yeah, probably.
Do I have any, like, can I... So these are just spirit birds, right?
Yes, they're not real birds.
Okay, I can't give them... can I give them spirit crumbs? Like, does the pack of crackers we have a spirit?
No, you would need, I think, Spirit 3 Prime 2 to conjure spiritual essences for them to feast on or something?
And spend quintessence as well.
Possibly, yes.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah, just
As
set the
Allied
bird there.
walks past, those of you who have Prime senses still on actually see just the faintest thread of power reaching out from deep underground towards whatever is in his hands.
Oh.
This
Well,
don't-
reason enough to wait for him to be done with whatever he's doing.
Would I? Oh, that's right. I don't have Prime on. Is anybody gonna warn me?
Nope.
I mean, it's not a danger, probably. They are just connected to this place.
You know, I go back. Ace. All right, birds. Well, you know, get better, my dude. I go back to my group and see what they're deciding on. Just kind of here for a ride. Get back to them.
Okay.
So, there you are. You've talked to the spirits and discovered information you may discuss among yourselves as the kids. There's no 3 teenagers, Craft. They're all looking at the car.
I mean, most of us are close by, probably.
Yep. They're still watching though. To them, it could feed like the entire village for a month if they had that car.
I could shoot them all to death too. as
Well, yes, I mean, we're not arguing that, but being in an extended gunfight with a village of 100 is not a good idea when you're squishy mortals. That's what Sabat can pull off.
But I want to.
Can I use mind
Why do I
to
have-
fucking
why do I
scare
have
the
to
living,
guess?
like to use mind to increase my intimidation on these little fucking kids?
Okay, how do you wish to go about that? What's
Alright,
your focus?
time you bring it up. Fuck these kids. Body work? No, that was guiding the energies of others. Oh yeah.
But you would need to get to them to do body work on them.
Yeah.
That sounds so nasty.
Yes.
Do you not have martial arts on this list?
I think I do.
Do you have
I should.
correspondence craft?
I don't. Why did the martial arts should be one of my instruments, right?
It
Or no, that's my
should.
practice. It's my practice.
Oh, right.
Right.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
You know what? You can do like a ordeals and exertions things and, directing your energy to essentially send an impulse of fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So this would be coincidental.
Yeah.
So it would be 5 because you're just sending an impulse. And you would need 2 successes to affect an extra. Well, actually, no, you need 3 successes because you're affecting 3 targets, I think.
Alright. Or wasn't there one for group things? Or that depends on how you do it, yeah. Like presentations would be for a whole group.
It would.
Right.
It depends on how I decide I go about it. If you're trying to affect everyone inside a room with a mind control effect that's targeted specifically on them, then you would need to target every single one of them. If you are sending out the presentation out to have the company work effectively as an entropy effect, then you wouldn't need to target everyone singularly.
Alright.
We're gonna start wrapping up right about now, Jackalor, so you can keep doing it. You just start exercising next to the car.
Alright, fuck off, kids.
Yeah, we're gonna say that is enough to, with your initial intimidation roll, to encourage them to fuck off for now.
Alright.
They go about their business.
People come back. I'm standing there making push-ups.
Alright, so you all gather back together.
Yep.
And now that... Well, no, you have no idea how to pinpoint any other spirits, that's the thing. You knew exactly what to look for. Allied, roll me a luck die.
Oh no.
Okay.
Average.
Give me a perception alertness roll then at 6.
All of us are only allied.
No, only allied, because spirit senses.
Fight, last one. Goodbye, Gooby.
Well, there went that willpower.
What difficulty?
6.
3
Okay.
successes.
As you are going back, you get a good angle that gives you a glimpse inside one of the towers, let's say, through an gap in the boarded up windows. You're pretty sure that the spirit world on the inside is just filled with webbing.
Oh.
That's not how werewolves do stuff.
Oh, I know who.
Fucking spiders.
I know who lives inside.
Wooders.
I mean, that would be very sad for you if there was a were spider in there with some experience. That would actually be a fight.
Yeah.
And that's after. Yeah, no, we couldn't do anything spiritually because. Why? Fucking why?
God.
I mean, maybe it's just spider spirits.
Maybe it's just weaver spirits,
Maybe
yeah.
it's just pattern spiders.
The Webbers? Aren't they
Nexus
Finality
crawlers.
Central?
Yes, and
Yeah,
you did
but-
pick up a strong stasis presence from the node, so there is a chance.
Yeah. Could just be where what are they called? Weaver spiders? Something
Pattern
like that.
spiders, yes.
Pattern spiders.
You have seen webbing like this having spirit senses. Essentially, in big cities, it's pretty damn common. Less so out here in the
Oh,
boonies.
Oh no, it's a fucking
God.
spider.
Doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be, but knowing your luck,
It is. Hey, hey, kiddo, you wanna fucking... I'm upset. I mean, I told the others that we're dealing with something else too.
you know, your ring just whispers to you, Naxi. Bro, I could just burn this place down for you. Just say the word.
Bruh, trust me. I can just leave the house and fam. I got you, bro.
Just
I got
feed me a little, and I'll take care of everything. Won't even know I'm here. I'll just take care of it.
By the way, do I see that ring talking?
You know, you
Because my spirit sense is on.
You know what? Yeah. You just see the malevolent aura reaching towards Nyaxi's head from his ring in streamers. Just the echo of words traveling through the air.
Not now, is what I say to it.
I'm like, look at that. I see the ring.
Jack missed it.
Mace?
Let's just go live with the fucking Fae guy.
Are we
Oh,
gonna get to set up our base?
I mean, we can set up
Let's
camp
just go
before the
inside
fall.
and fucking take control of it.
You know, this is good luck. You did not
yeah, no,
expect
Jack,
the... You did not necessarily expect the node to actually be running and fully alive, like a steady stream of power available.
Yeah, we should probably be more careful than that. We could set up camp outside of the fortress for the time
now.
being.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in the jungle?
No.
More like in front of the door.
Has anyone tried the door on the physical realm yet?
No. Nobody
No.
has tried it yet.
I assume you're
I
not
was
doing that
busy
for
playing.
now?
Juggalo, you should totally go touch.
But use the spirit allied.
We're waiting for you confirmation that it's fine to open the door from you.
Oh no, I said don't fuck with the place yet.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're
that's what I. So yeah, we're not opening the door yet.
Alright.
So let's set up camp. Set up
So,
tents.
and thus the legend of El Stupido Turisto was born.
Could I ask the spirit to be on the other side of his wind wall? Like, or is there just nobody allowed in the past him? Like, was it you can't enter the building, or was it you can't pass me?
It said specifically, don't try to cross the wall through the spirit world, as that was the way it phrased it. There might be different rules for crossing various physical barriers. It
Alright,
just warned you about, anyone comes through me on the spirit world, they're turning into salad.
I mean, you could. Maybe it knows about the physical rules because it would be neat if you could get inside. Though the birds wouldn't like it. I assume, at least.
Nobody would like it.
I mean,
how
you
would
just,
By the way,
like it?
What's up, Draco?
you could just post up in the jungle and just snipe the birds one by one. Those rifles have long range.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be the one that has to fucking do that. I'm the only one with spirit.
I mean, how tough could those birds be? Really?
Let me just scroll. Fucking 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, no, pretty fucking tough,
It soaked 4, and there was potentially 7 damage on the table. So it took 3, and it was heavily damaged from that.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm still not fucking with the birds. I'm forced in this role, so I'm gonna do this fucking properly. It's all part of being an archaeologist.
Sometimes it's a vampire that just woke under you. Other times, bird guardians. It's part of the job. Sometimes you make deals with the cartel.
Sometimes you sell out the cartel for the military when they show up.
We have
Other
four
times,
influence.
you just cry.
We have 4 influence in the cartel. Can't we just have a house from them, or do we want to live right in front of this fortress?
I'm
Do you
surprised the
really
people,
want to draw on your
that-
influence when you have 4 resources to find a place to live?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, just use money.
Yeah.
Even
Only
if
some
Who's gonna
goblins.
who's gonna watch the fucking car?
I mean, we're gonna take it along, I guess.
You
Yeah.
could cast
Yeah.
some kind of a spell on the car to not have it be disturbed while it's parked in a certain spot, like...
I don't have matter.
Well, you wouldn't be able to lock it onto a car, but you can just leave it in front of the house and go, essentially decrease the likelihood of the car being harmed or stolen by the time you next use it.
Huh.
But you need matter 1 for that.
What is that? That's an entropy roll.
That would be an entropy roll. You wouldn't necessarily need matter, because you're not locking it into the car and having it move with the car. It would be tied to the spot. It wouldn't... The problem is, it wouldn't actually travel with the car once you, moved it or did anything with it. It would be...
What type of matter will we need?
Shit. There's locking an effect. You know what? We can roleplay out your discussion as to what you want to do. Matter 3 might be enough, but I'm gonna scroll up and check. Okay. That's conjunctional. Fuck. God damn it,
Okay,
Mage. Have you tried sucking less?
Matter allows the mage to work with simple, harmonious, non-living substances.
Locking an effect. There we go. Integrate it into a specific pattern which involves a sphere that is not normally related to that sort of pattern. Okay.
We can give the car good luck. With
Let's
entropy.
see.
We come out, the car's been taken by somebody that's even more lucky than us.
Check.
So should we do XP soon?
Yes, we should. So, we can leave it with you discussing, and you can
Yeah.
link
probably
up
best
with
to
Ben if Ben manages to show up. next week.
Fuck.
Not quite. If they are on time and happily here next week,
I
I'm
had to
gonna-
spend 9 XP.
8.
Oh, I have one left then.
Yeah. Well, this was certainly an eventful episode. You know what? We're gonna do what lessons were learned because that's just awesome. I think for something like this, but willpower points for each session. I'm gonna give you one for free because fuck that. Those are the boring questions to ask generally. So 1 willpower point.
Thank you.
Considering the amount of happenings, we're gonna call it a case of 4 base XP, and let's quickly go around. Dracula, you're tired, so let's start with you. Lesson learned.
What has Tom learned today?
There must have been some seriously freaky shit going on back in that place, because what's Allied's character name? Nathan?
Frederick
Yeah,
Gianni.
Frederick went entirely batshit crazy afterwards.
Honestly, you actually have a proper hazy memory of it, so unless you actually succeeded on the thing. You didn't.
Nope.
So you're
That's
just
why I must
affected
have
as per the
been
mist,
weird.
so by this point, you do have a hazy memory of what happened, but more must have clearly happened because he was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay, Nyaxi.
Well, I mean, in character or out of character?
In character, preferably.
Yeah, okay, I mean, in character, the...
Yes.
I mean, I saw the bird spirit was linked to the node in some capacity. And that's most interesting, just like how it's very interesting that the node is actually active.
Probably powering all of this crap.
Yeah.
At the very least. Incidentally, those of you who have spirit can roll. I'm gonna say. Oh, right, you don't have a cult anymore. I'll let you roll intelligence werewolf lore at 8. And the rest of you can roll intelligence occult at 8. Those of you who wish. Not gonna.
Difficulty.
Yeah, not gonna differentiate this session too much between different levels of occult, cause.
Back.
I'm gonna spend a point of willpower.
Okay.
I didn't think I could spend my willpower that I just got.
2
Yeah,
successes.
no, you can't spend that one.
Yeah.
You are pretty sure that essentially spirits usually reform unless they are, completely destroyed in some way in whatever place is natural to them. So if they are tied to this node and this is their home, even if you kill them, they might eventually just reform in there.
Not dying.
Yeah,
As far as you are concerned, Pengu, the node is drawing and bonding with spirits from the surrounding areas, and whatever is down in there in the center of it is feeding and growing stronger.
I have no spirit, nor
I fucking love botches sometimes.
Oh no! There's a horrible monster at the bottom of the node.
You did know there were hints of corruption deep inside the node based on the notes you had beforehand and the information you had gathered at a distance.
Yeah, I will relay my knowledge.
Okay. But we can continue with that next week. Allied.
Yep.
Lesson learned.
Don't rely on other party members. Be prepared to be shoved into situations that you are not qualified in any capacity.
Okay.
Have fun with your magics because they're really fucking useful and really fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, even at low levels.
Just bird goes
Also-
running. Yeah, I'm just gonna jack up your difficulty to, flying from like a 4 or 5 to like 9+. Go fuck yourself.
Thud. Also up Aider and willpower as soon as fucking possible.
Okay.
I read the. Yeah.
Bingo, in character, lesson learned.
Frederick fucking hates Faye, or like is scared as fuck from Faye for some reason. Unsure. There's nothing wrong with them from what I know.
Maybe
Oh.
if you went to fucking college.
I have one academics, excuse you.
I have 4!
I have went to high school at the very least. So fuck
He's
you.
he's like he has an undergrad degree, you have a PhD. He hasn't really been to no college.
I feel like I actually should suffer some banality from that. Nobody can't remember the fucking sword performance of what? 7
I
minutes?
remember it. So
8
fuck off.
successes.
It's fine, the elf remembers.
God damn it, Jackson.
Let me just add that to notes. How many successes did each of you get?
8.
Five.
An allied got 4.
Yeah.
There we
Oh,
go. Okay, so, good. Bango said his. I think for excellent roleplay, I gonna give an extra point to allied, because bravo, you handled
Yeah, that
the
was pretty
changeling thing
amazing.
pretty damn well.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I only fucking pulled that off because I know about the fucking actual Fae history. Like, yeah, no, you go in, you don't come out, or they eat your kid or something. I'll be honest, if we had drove up on top of a fucking mound, you would not have gotten me back in that vehicle.
God.
Oh.
So, are we having a whimsical magical adventure yet?
God damn.
No, I'm angry. I'm so angry.
Lord.
I got fucking juice.
You did worse than I had hoped, but better than I feared, if that makes sense. Because you did
What do you
not
mean
grow aggro from all the other things inside the node yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure with the bird, right? Me and the bird got a connection now.
It's gonna be really awkward and embarrassed whenever it sees you now, for sure, after what you saw.
Every time it looks at me, bro, I just wink at it, it goes quiet, it looks away. Don't worry, I got this.
4?
5 for everyone, 6 for allied.
I'm on my way to a
Can I
fucking familiar.
Try 2 and drive to 2.
What do you want to raise other than drive? What was the second one?
Etiquette.
Etiquette. I would say you would need a smidge more use on both of them, especially since this campaign will involve something approaching proper downtimes, hopefully. Especially on etiquette.
Can I get some etiquette?
Again, same
Fuck that,
thing.
can't
You've
get
had
full knowledge?
one encounter, essentially.
I mean, I was you. All right, sure.
Well, yeah, it's a lot closer for you, but
Well, I guess I'm done here.
yeah. Well, you know what, Pango? You can take the second level.
Yay. I'm building
Wolf
social.
knowledges, especially hardcore lores like that, you need a teacher or a library and you need downtime allied.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah,
What about a cult?
that's even.
Same thing?
Yeah, it's knowledge is generally you need to study.
And I...
There's probably some sort of library at the Freehold. You might need to study the same thing 3 times in a row, but...
Can I just buy down my banality?
No.
Yeah. Are we done here? Can I go?
Yes, Jacklord, you can go.
Yeah.
Sleep
Yeah,
tight.
good night.
Bye,
Right.
Jacklor.
Good night.
So, 3 hours turned into 4.5, but I think it was well worth it.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I'm gonna end the recording here. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I guess I might chat for a few more minutes with the players. I'll see you next week, everyone. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.